bro.
Fire.
Oh my god, dude. I was all high as shit too, dude. I like went back to the
And mac
kitchen
and cheese
multiple
wasn't
times
was
to eat it, more of it, and I had already finished it. Like, and I multiple times went back to the kitchen to eat more of it. Lee's, I got Popeyes from Lee's yesterday when we were in Muskegon.
Ooh, wait, you got Popeyes from Lee's?
pot pie.
Pot
Oh,
pies, sorry.
okay.
I was saying Popeyes, wasn't I?
Yeah,
Because we were gonna
sounded
get
like that too.
Popeyes.
Well, we were like right by Popeyes too.
No,
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us live. If you're watching us live, this is Where Is This Going? Live at the Stooge. I don't know why I always have to say live so much, but thank you for watching. This is Where Is This Going? A podcast trying to platform and showcase artists that you may not know, but will hopefully soon grow to appreciate at the very least. In the studio with us today, we have Bruce Ramsey and Alex Kolk of Rags to Ramsey and Off the Grid, respectively. Can we give them a warm welcome? Do we have it? No. Where's my applause? We got it. We're cool. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
For sure.
I appreciate it. I'm done playing
Thanks
to
for
the
having
camera
us, man.
now. So we can get down to the nitty gritty, or we can start with what it is that you guys do. Alphabetically, we'll go with Alex. So what is Off the Grid?
So Off the Grid, I'm a little stoned. I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie. All that with how recreational marijuana is going in Michigan and how lax it's becoming, there's opportunity. And Bruce is the one that brought it up actually to me about opening up a store, head shop type thing, and then doing eventually recreational, and then we will be doing gifting and whatnot. And to start a business, if you've never thought about it and you don't really know how it works, it's really overwhelming. But
Right.
we're getting to the point where it's like we can do this.
Yeah.
We started researching it. We started talking about it. We started sharing ideas back and forth. And now it's like, wow, like we're actually getting somewhere.
Right.
You know?
And it's funny that I obviously didn't think you would have thought about business
Right.
that much. You can't even spell entrepreneur.
Nope. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
You know?
But you're doing it, and that's what matters.
Just trying to build the plane before it hits off the cliff. You know?
If it hits off
Or
the cliff.
trying to build the plane before it crashes.
There we go. Yeah. Preferably before it's up in the air.
All right, talk to Bruce now.
It started for me. It started as I like fashion. I like clothing.
Right.
I like to dress nice. I like to put a nice outfit together. I started thrifting, a few years ago because who doesn't like good deals? Who doesn't like
Right.
to get cheap stuff? So, I started to accumulate a lot of nice things that, and I kind of started to notice hey, I got an eye for this. And, it turned into a little bit more. And then, the COVID thing happened.
Right.
I, basically was put out of work, and then we started getting all this unemployment money dumped on us. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to actually do something with this. I'm going to turn this money into something versus just going and blowing it.
Right. Turn into a long-term investment.
Yeah, I basically, started this up, and I approached Alex like, hey, I wouldn't want to do this with anyone else. I don't think I can, necessarily do it or want to do it on my own. I want someone there.
Right.
You need a little backup sometimes. So
It's scary going in alone.
yeah, I thought maybe we could turn it into a store where you could go and you can get, an outfit, but have other merchandise, other things in there where we could take advantage of, the marijuana situation and
Right.
stuff like that, and just kind of have multiple hustles in the same building, a place where you can go and get a different a different variety of things,
Right.
Attract more people.
Yeah. It's a great
Make it
collaboration.
more than just a basic head shop.
It's
yeah.
it's just kind of how it's like pop culture and stuff. It's just kind of like the way it is. You incorporate fashion and music and merchandise and things, just having all that stuff and
Right.
your image and
It's
stuff like that.
More of a one-stop shop too, and if it's a lifestyle or stores like local shops attract people who have that certain style too, whether it be because we all know the different smoke shops around Holland, and I think there's different crowds that go to other ones, and it's not just like regional. Like
Right.
you don't just go to Orange because you live on the north side, and you don't just go, because you'll travel across town to a head shop that you like, and it's
Where the
usually
good glass at, man.
you're right. It's the good glass, but it's also like the atmosphere, like the
100%,
owners,
yeah.
like so the vibe.
Your vibe, yeah.
Exactly,
Which
and
vibe
people
do you
come
prefer?
to a vibe that
Yeah.
they feel is inviting.
Exactly.
And if that vibe also gives you like clothing, like gives you merchandise that you can take home and use, like things. as well as marijuana. It's a great one-stop shop for a vibe check. If you
The whole like, you know, back
that's
in
what the kids are
back
saying,
in high
right?
school
Vibe
when you,
checks.
when you had a dime bag on you, you felt like you were doing the most illegal shit in the world
Yeah.
because, you know, that's how the culture was then and that's how society was then, you know. But
Right.
now as it's becoming more mainstream, this business, I want it to become mainstream. I want people
Right.
to accept marijuana. I don't want it to be called drugs. I want it
Yeah.
to be medicinal
Yeah,
and like
legitimize
respected.
it,
You know,
right?
I want wealthy, successful people to be open about it and not have to
Mm-hmm.
fucking hide it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, not have to. I think that if you're not going to like drug test applicants for alcohol, then I don't see why drug tests for marijuana for employment should be a thing. And I think if this is almost completely random, but once that thought of what you're saying reaches the corporate level and trickles down, I think we can overall squash employment drug testing for marijuana. Anyways,
There are people that have already started doing this in other states, like New York. I saw videos
Well, I think
of
that
some really
that
classy.
companies are getting a lot more lenient with it at
Yes.
least. So we're making
Yep.
progress.
yeah, right.
As far as like a
Yeah,
society.
yeah, I think as a the culture is a lot more accepting of it. And a lot more classiness is being brought to dispensary type places
Yes, yes.
and stuff like that. And that does bring usually classier prices.
Yeah, branding is huge these days.
Right.
Branding and marketing and just your image and everything. It really is huge. Big thing that I've noticed in the industries that we're in is that makes the biggest difference is your
Right.
image in the way that you promote yourself.
Exactly.
Just because you have a good product does not mean that someone's going to go to you if you're not promoting yourself the correct way.
Exactly. And not conducting yourself the correct way, because there's been talks about local gossip and stuff about how shop owners treat their employees and just their overall moral issues.
Yeah.
So it's running. Obviously, everyone knows running a business is more than just the numbers and promotion, and it's about, like we said before, like the vibe, the environment, the work environment as well. And I think you guys are two pretty fucking cool guys. So I think you
Thanks.
Try to be.
right. So I would imagine that working together is awesome.
Our relationship is awesome. It really is. I think that we balance each other in a very good way. You hear bad things about going into business with a friend, and it can be a little intimidating sometimes. But communication is huge, and we communicate
Communication
very
is
well.
key.
We have no problem telling each other. We don't hold back anything. There's
Right.
nothing that we hold back. We are 100% completely honest with each other. We know we have the same goals in mind. We talk, everything is 50-50, and that's just what it is. You have to communicate.
Right.
You have
Communicating those goals too to
Everything.
make sure
And
that's
it's
the
also like
goal.
when he first started getting into the thrifting thing, I was kind of like, all right, cool, bro. But like, he can do it, and it brings a whole nother thing to what we're trying to do.
right.
And I've also gotten a lot better at it too. When I
Right.
first started, I won't lie. When I first started, I had an idea of what it was to get these things and have a market to resell. But I learned that the vintage market is huge.
Right.
And the vintage market is always something that I've been interested in. I'm an old soul. I love vintage. I love old stuff.
Right.
I've gotten so much better. I only do mostly vintage now. Before I kind of did other stuff. I grabbed jerseys, whatever, sports stuff, which I still do. But
Right. And sports is always
it'll
yeah,
always
has
sell.
value. Yeah.
Yeah. But the more I got into it, I've gotten better at finding the stuff that has the real value, the rare stuff, the older things that really are actually in the market as
Right.
something that's very valuable.
He's found some cool shit, man.
Yeah.
For
yeah,
real.
it turned into something really neat. So.
Awesome. So it's more of like a curation of a clothing curation,
Yes.
right? That is awesome. So I have to get down or move back to your past. So I'll start with Bruce because I don't really know a lot about you. So where did you grow? Did you grow up here in Holland, Zealand?
Yeah, Zealand. Yeah, I went to Zealand. I lived in Kentucky for a little while when I was really young. But yeah, I lived in Zealand. Grew up in Zealand.
Nice. Did you? So how old are you?
29.
29. East or
Almost.
west?
West.
West?
I was 09.
A duck in 09. Huh? My sister graduated in 09.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But where did your love for clothing evolve? I'm sure that wasn't like in a high school thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
everyone liked to dress a certain way.
Exactly.
But, I don't know. I just.
When did you start
I
caring
remember
about
Bruce
your
told me.
style?
I gotta say this real
I
quick.
what?
Bruce one time, like, we went to TJ Maxx and he's like, I can get you looking real good today. Whole outfit, Like
Let me set you up, dog.
that's what we want him to do with the customers.
I'll give a shout out. It was Ivo and Nikolai. It was two dudes that I
Always
started
swagged out
started
from
kicking
Max.
it with, and they were swagged out. They always had the new J's, the new Nikes, they had everything there, and everything. I noticed that everything that they had on matched head to toe. Like, literally, it was just
So
like they coordinate every single thing on
Right,
their
it's
entire
like they
body.
had to have gotten it together like at once.
Yeah, so it's like, I got around that, and I just started to really like get into it. Like, man, I love fashion. I like putting stuff together. I coordinate everything. It's just how I am now. I'm green.
Hell
green
yeah.
head to toe today.
Oh, yeah.
Green, it's
Packers,
just,
baby.
I don't want, yeah,
Go,
exactly.
Pack, go.
Yeah, it's Sunday, so, but that's just that's how it is. Like, I can't
My
hardly
Sundays
go
are
to the
green.
gym in gym clothes that
Right.
don't match. You know what I mean? It's just
a lot of
it's
people
just how
don't
I
give
am
a
now.
shit about, and it's caring about your outward appearance, but it's also just caring about how you feel, because everyone knows that you look good, feel good. Everyone
yeah.
knows, or it's people say it.
Kind of wish I
don't
didn't wear these shitty ass sweatpants.
Look good,
Well,
feel
I
good.
like those
Right
champion
now.
socks though.
These
But whatever,
champion socks, man.
and if looking good makes you feel good, and it's proven to make you in a better mood. If you have a positive self-image about yourself, then if you can help others do that too, that's an awesome goal.
Yeah.
And that's super dope. And to have style is something I do not.
And that's actually part of what I do. That's a huge thing. And I guess I haven't put so much emphasis on that yet, because
And we're gonna try and do this. Too.
I want to when we do open the store, I want to be really involved with the customers, because personal styling is something that I want to do. I like to look at people's styles and stuff. I could
To judge
analyze.
or to just
I would love to put something together for you.
just roast me, dude.
No.
I know that's what you're getting at. Just
no,
roast
not at,
me,
no,
bro.
not at all. I'm saying I could look at you and look at your
Bring your
style,
ass
and I
back to
could
the
put something
lumberjack
that
yard, man.
I just needed something.
I
as a
wouldn't
hipster
necessarily
lumberjack.
get you out of your comfort zone or anything, but I can put something together nice for everybody. It wouldn't be
Hell
the
yeah.
same for each person. I really like to analyze somebody, how they already are, their style already is, and then try to do something that I think that they would actually really like.
Right. That's the actual service, and you don't get a lot of that service in a small town at all. Like you go to okay, I don't want to name names of local shops. I don't care. But you go to Meijer and you don't have a personal shopper, but
No,
like you
fair.
don't even like just small local shops like Glicks or something. Like you may have a salesperson. Any like store, you have a salesperson there to help you, but they really just want a commission. They don't really necessarily always care about your style or can think in your way of dressing, you know what I mean? Or help you like as
They're
an
there
actual
to make the
service.
sale, yeah. They're just
Exactly,
there to
they're
make
just
the
there
sale.
for the money
Yeah.
to close the deal.
We want people to be able to come to off the grid. He's kind of the one that came up with the name too, and we want it to be known for a place where you can go and get set up,
Right.
And we want it to be comfortable, and we want it to be personable, and that's
Hell yeah.
what it's gonna,
Y'all
that's
gonna have
what
a
I know
couch in
Bruce can
there?
do.
Yes.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
gonna
there's
have
gonna be a
lounge-
chill
We're gonna have a
spot. Hell
lounge
yeah.
area, and
Let's keep
actually,
slowing down.
one thing we haven't even mentioned is we want to get a barber chair in there.
Oh,
I want to so like the whole
Once
the
COVID's
main
over
goal,
with.
and this was my idea, was a place where you can go to get off the grid. So you're a guy. You're a
okay.
guy. It's Friday night. You just got off of work. It's 5:00. All right, you had a long week.
Positive,
you're ready.
good vibes.
You're ready.
Right.
You're ready to chill out for the weekend. Have a good time. You want to go off the grid for the weekend. All right, so you're gonna go to off the grid. You're gonna get your hair cut. You're gonna get
Right.
yourself a nice outfit for the weekend.
Some
you might grab
flame-ass
yourself
weed.
some. You might grab yourself something personal for some
Right.
party favors or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you need. And you're walking out of there and you're feeling good. You got your hair cut. You got your outfit.
Right.
You got your smoke for the night.
You're feeling better
Yeah,
when you
know,
leave than
it's
when you got there,
it's
for
more of
sure.
an experience versus just
Hell
a
yeah.
store you walk in, like, oh, I buy this or but you know what I mean.
Right.
We want you to come in and enjoy the vibe and
Hell yeah.
have all those different things that amenities
Especially
for
with
you.
that, once you brought in the barber chair, yeah, that sets the environment. That makes it more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because then you bring the barbershop vibe
yes.
into it, and which is all. Well, not to say it's a man's world, but I mean it's always like an open conversation, but it's like an open, homey conversation.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
obviously this is women friendly
make
too.
that
you know?
shit
We're
Right,
women friendly too,
obviously.
but
You know?
But
yeah,
I can line up a beard, no problem. Not on a woman. It just scares me.
yeah.
Anyways,
one step at a time.
right.
So
So speaking of one step at a time, so we've got the fashion aspect and the inspiration therein. Where are you coming from, kid?
So I'm gonna be bringing the pot there,
Right.
And then we'll probably both like look into getting glass and stuff like that.
Who would have thought a Holland Christian kid would have brought in the pot to the party? Huh? Wow.
Who would have thought? Shout out Holland Christian.
Rep it till I die.
I don't know, man. I love weed. You
Hell
know?
yeah.
And I wanna make a living doing that. You know, and
Right.
Michigan right now is the time to get it.
Yeah, and that's a positive
know.
passion too. And Michigan weed is
Great.
great.
Let me-
I don't know how we have such a
I almost died in a car accident like a year and a half ago with my girl. Love you, baby.
Praise
And that had to do with our drinking issue, you know, and
right.
smoking pot makes it a lot easier to stay sober.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
And like I said, I don't even consider pot a drug at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lifestyle for me, and it helps me. And
It's got so many benefits to it. You know?
And it's
So
proven. And that's the thing. Like if someone came to me and said, you know what, I can live on cocaine. Like I can do it every day. And is it conducive to your lifestyle? Like is it productive to your lifestyle? Does it help you in any way? Is it actually it's probably taking more than it's giving, you know?
Yes,
And that's not what I get with weed. And I know from firsthand experience, cocaine takes a lot more than it gives. It gives a crack addiction. It does lend its hand to that. But
ain't nothing like, you know, laying on some random person's, you know, floor, don't even know who the fuck they are. It's been 2 days and you can't fall asleep.
bare bed. I don't even. Why is there a mattress in
Why are
this
there no
living
sheets?
room?
No dopamine left in your brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit sucks.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Any Jew, but that's why we're talking about weed. Not so much a drug, more of a medicine. I think it's being actually changed to classified as a medicine. The UN,
As it should.
the UN.
As it should.
I saw it in a Facebook article. It was dope.
That dope was dope.
That dope was dope. So, Alex, do you have background in, besides loving marijuana, do you have a background in marijuana of growing it or just appreciating it?
We'll not go into that right now.
Okay. Just appreciating it mostly.
Yeah, yep.
So, a curator of clothing, a curator of marijuana have come together to give the people their finest selections.
Literally.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Let's make this more socially acceptable, you know,
Yeah.
each year. Let's make this something that everyone enjoys. Let's not make it where a Christian Reform family feels uncomfortable walking into a head shop. I want these people to come into
Right.
Off the Grid and get together with the community and like just get to know everybody and be, you know,
Right.
not stressed out when you're going in there.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's going to be. Do you have a pin on a location yet?
we'll 99%
We got a walk.
sure.
We got a
Holland.
walk through actually Tuesday.
Okay.
So the one place
Nice.
that we really wanted actually got signed on. So we are in the process of finding a spot that does fit our needs and our budget.
Right.
But yeah, so we do have a walkthrough this week. So hopefully we get good news with that.
Hell yeah.
That would be sweet. But yeah, basically that's the last step. We've
have the
we've pretty
LLC,
much done
so-
everything else in the process to get it going. We just got to find the place and kind of get it out there. So
So
yeah.
we're gonna get the location, and then for a few months we're gonna build it up. You know,
Right.
we're not gonna go into it half cocked. We're gonna
Yeah.
make sure it looks
Don't
good.
open with construction. You know?
yeah, no, we're definitely
Not just one
yeah,
shelf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're definitely gonna do it the
You know?
right way. We've got ourselves set up in a situation to where we can do that and accomplish that task like in the fullest fashion. So we're definitely gonna do it the right way. And that way, if we fail, we know we did everything we could, you know?
Right.
Which I don't see that ever happening. I'm very confident that we won't. But at least if we do, we knew.
Gary Vee
we
says
knew
you don't
we did
need
it
no
to the
plan B.
fullest.
There you
Exactly.
go.
Exactly.
And that's all I read. Word to Gary V. Where's your like dream like region, I guess? Where's your ideal
It's a good
community? Holland, Zealand, Hudsonville, Granville.
Well,
I mean, I think
gonna
we're
be
gonna stick.
starting.
Yeah, we're gonna stick around here. You know, I think my mind, and I know Alex is always right behind me. I think that eventually we want this to be like a nationwide thing. You
I don't
know?
want
think
that.
No.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I would not want to expand
No, but
this any further.
No,
absolutely though. For real.
You know, I want to do. You know, we eventually want to do shipping and stuff like that,
Right.
and maybe expand it to greater things. And I've been designing my own clothing line a little bit, and maybe want to eventually
Hell yeah.
start producing my own. Make that on a bigger scale as well. So.
Oh yeah, good
We have
eye.
lots of-
Exclusive at Off the Grid.
Yeah, lots of room to grow yet.
Yes.
But we're starting where we're at and gonna get that done and we'll slowly build our way up. So
Awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
So Holland is ideal for now. We don't-
Detroit, possibly.
Yeah.
That was something that was talked about.
yeah, we got some good
we got
connections
people
in
out there,
Detroit. Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
Maybe obviously Grand Rapids. And then from there,
Right.
one step at a time.
Those are
so.
those are the biggest spots. Obviously, your home location,
Yeah.
and then branching out to the two biggest cities outside of that.
My far vision
fart?
is when someone gets accustomed to Off the Grid and they see another one in a different city and they go in there, it's the same vibes and
Right.
they're still home.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's a whole.
And to reproduce that home type vibe, that open environment, it obviously seems difficult, but I believe you guys have the confidence and obviously the ability to do so, and I'm happy to see that because I don't see a lot of people doing things with weed or just with clothes. Like, I don't have a lot of friends that design clothing. Some who just wear their own clothing. Like, I had my friend Jake in high school made his own clothes for all of freshman year. It was the year he came out too. It was a interesting time for him, just confusing.
Right,
I'm
right.
kidding. But but that was always looked at as weird and stuff. Making your own clothes with Sharpies and shit. But to have an eye for
With
clothes
Sharpies
with Sharpies and shit. I mean, that's what Jake was
People
using.
tried it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but to have an eye for style, to have an eye for design, you don't see people usually taking advantage of that and trying to make a lucrative career while also being a blessing.
How
you know what I mean?
awesome is that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
never,
just being a
never in my
service.
life did I think that I would even be doing this.
Right.
I've always just
We've
thought-
talked about in the past about random things like let's get into roofing together, let's get into this together, but this shit's real.
Yeah,
you
this
know?
is it. Just it worked out the way it worked out,
And you know it's real
turned-
because it's your passions. It's
Yeah.
it's not things that you thought you could make money off of.
My
Right.
end goal, like really, is you move to a new city, right? And you don't meet a lot of people, and you're a little, socially awkward maybe, and then you see Off the Grid, and you feel relieved.
Right.
That's my fucking end goal.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what I want to happen.
And
for
I'll meet the
all
cool
of our
people there. Like that will be the vibe. I know what the people in there should be like.
No fucking judgment. You
Right.
know.
Yeah.
come in that motherfucker and let us set you up.
Hell yeah. We got a lifestyle here for you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And
Open
get
our
high while
doors.
you do it.
I have to say there is no better feeling than getting a haircut stoned. It is amazing.
My shout out to my barber. Oh my gosh.
Shouts out to my barber. I did get a haircut while my barber was passing me the blunt, and that was also beautiful.
Shout out Sports Clips.
Real shit.
No, shout out Stephanie Rodriguez though. She does my hair sometimes. She kills it. So thank
Hell
you.
yeah. Shout out to my mom. She cut my hair.
She cut my hair for years.
Yes, so long. And then shout out to Tracy at Fantastic Sam's, dude. She hooks it up. Any Jew. We have some graphics, stickers and whatnot that you guys have brought out. Quick question: who came up with the design of the Rags to Ramsey logo?
Evan Pope.
Evan Pope.
Yeah.
That is
Yep,
a
Evan.
dope. That is a dope design.
If
Jake, can
you
we throw
need
that up?
something made, designed, Evan Pope can do it for you. He does an amazing
he,
job.
Evan
he is
Pope.
definitely really, really good at what he
You
does.
explain
Very
what you
good.
want, and he makes it come to life. So
Hell yeah.
we appreciate him. He made the Off the Grid logo too.
He has
so.
a
Okay.
really, really good eye for what he's doing for sure.
He's the one that came up with Home of the Vintage and Homegrown. You know,
Hell yeah!
Like
I was gonna
think
say
of
that's
that.
that's the
All
slogan,
we said was
right?
Off the Grid with a 1 instead of an I. You know, like he killed
But why the one?
So that actually
it. I'm
was
gonna let
me.
him do. I'm gonna let him explain this one.
This is how you play the system, right? So we went to get the LLC, and
we wanted Off the Grid.
Off the Grid
Right.
was already a name. It's
Yeah.
like some tiny little business, like up in the UP. Actually, we looked. it
Yeah,
up.
so they're basically non-existent. Continue.
Right. So I actually called the place, and I'm talking to the lady on the phone, and I'm like, I really want the name Off the Grid. Is there what can we do? Can we add 2 eyes and or is there something else that we can do? And she's like, oh no, you can't do 2, whatever. And I'm like, well, what if we change, put a number in instead of a letter? She's like, that would work. So I said, well, so then we went to the designer and we said, hey, it's called Off the Grid, but the 1 is an I, make it look like an
Made
I.
it a little tricky
Right.
for him.
It
but
just, on paperwork, it's going to be Off the Grid with a 1
one.
instead of an I, but,
Yeah.
it's Off the
it's
Grid.
it's not gonna matter
No,
when
you
in the down the road anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we hope not.
yeah.
When people are searching for it,
I was gonna go to your spot, but you spelled grid with a 1. I don't.
I just thought that was
I
pretty
don't do that.
pretentious to me. I think.
Yeah, no, that was literally just so we could get it on paper and
Right.
set in stone that was our company.
I just have to I have to nail down this name
Yeah,
at least
yeah.
while it's here.
Well, because we just we thought of names for like 2 weeks. We were thinking of names. We sat down one day and wrote names on a pad of paper.
I was at work just texting them random ones all the time.
And
every day.
yeah, and Off the Grid kind of it blossomed into what we wanted, and it was like, okay, we're gonna just stick with that. So there was just no going back. After we were told that it was taken, we tried to come up with some other ones, and I was like, no, we're
No.
just gonna figure out how to make it work.
Hell yeah. Right, like you said, there is no plan B. We will
We're gonna
figure
do it
out how
one way or
this will
another.
work.
Yeah.
Listen, whoever created Google, no one knew what the fuck Google was until
Right.
they got on Google.
And it's not even a word.
So.
Not even a real word. You know what? They probably had a different name at first, and then they had to change it because someone else
It was
had
probably
that.
looking up stuff on the internet.
No, they
know?
probably... What, that's too long?
Someone else probably already had that name,
Oh.
and no one knows who they are.
Searchengine.com. Yeah. And may they die in shame. So, I completely forgot where... Oh, these pictures. Do you want to give a shout out to this photographer of...
Yes, his
Capturing
his
some product.
His Instagram name is Eighth Contrast, and he does trichome hunting. He does really good work. He took a few cuts from one of our flower rooms, and he killed it.
Hell yeah.
He killed it.
Can we show those beautiful buds, please?
Yes, absolutely. This is the pictures on there. The purple ones is Mandarin cookies, bred by Ethos Genetics. So he's a good breeder. So
Drip. I can make it drip, drip. Really good weed, guys.
Yeah,
I
that
gotta
joint
tell
that
ya.
we smoked was from.
from one of the flower rooms.
Right. Beautiful shit. And we all love the way weed looks. I saw on someone's Snapchat story this past week, I think, was just their admiration of their weed. Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Yes.
Actually, it was. I sometimes after I trim up a butt a little bit, it's just like, God
It's
damn.
It's a beautiful
You know?
sight.
Yeah.
Right, I gotta
It's
show
I don't
everybody.
want to. I don't even want to break you up. I just want to save you forever. You know,
Little baby now.
dude. It's funny, but everybody knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
If you've ever gotten a bag of weed, especially if you've gotten a big nug, you look at it, you're like,
We came a long way from brick.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know. Who would have thought you could trim weed also?
Yeah. And
Right.
I didn't realize you weren't supposed to smoke the seeds.
Smoke everything. Yeah. I thought that crackling
It was good.
was like it brought the comfort of a fire.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
also it brought the migraine of the smoke.
Am I
after
high?
a
No, you
fire.
just have a really bad headache.
Yeah. No,
Hey, some
thought
mids,
this was
though,
headband.
I dig the vibes mids give me sometimes. Maybe we'll have a mids line at Off the Grid.
that's awful.
Budget smoke.
You budget smoke $4.
Budge mids. Budge mids.
Budge mids. My mom used to request mids for some reason. Like she was, because it was right in the turn where weed was getting really dank, and it was more prevalent than
Oh yeah.
Just hydro
than
and
Reggie.
brick.
Yeah. And my mom, an old head, when it comes to smoking, she was like, I can't handle it. Can you find me some Reggie somewhere? Like, no.
I also know someone like that as
Yeah,
well.
I
They just
can't
don't like
do
the super
that.
strong, you know.
Yeah, no, fuck you. I'm sorry. I love you, Mom. Of course.
Just because
And I
pot's
did my
purple
best.
doesn't mean it's fire.
Yes, it could be frozen.
Just wanted to let the younger generation know that.
Purple is not always great. We're here to serve life lessons. Also, don't smoke crack. I think I said that before.
Don't smoke crack.
Or the seeds.
Or marijuana seeds. Either way, your life is going to be hell. A migraine or an addiction. It's relative, of course. It's relative. I think that's what we learned last week. Life is all about perspective. And that leads me to, we've already talked about how you didn't think that you would be in a position to make money off of this. So when you did start, gathering more and more clothes, what was your first intention? Was it just your personal passion, right?
Yeah, it started, I bought so much stuff for myself. I went around and found all this stuff, and I got to the point where I'm like, I don't really need all this, and I have all this stuff that, has this value.
Right.
And I mean, to be totally honest, COVID pushed me into doing this.
Literally,
COVID,
I was just gonna say-
I think it
literally
did it
had
for a lot of people.
I'm
too.
not saying shout out COVID, but like literally.
real shit.
I had started to go thrifting a lot more often before COVID, and I was starting to accumulate some stuff, and I had thought about just selling some stuff on Facebook Marketplace and
Right.
just any way you can make a little extra cash. I live on my own and stuff now. Bills aren't cheap, whatever.
Of course.
But it just turned into like, okay, wow, I think I can actually do something with this, and then I made a couple sales. On the first couple sales I made, I found some.
That's got to be motivating.
I found some
Right.
really nice stuff and ended up making some good profits on it. I'm like, okay, wow, all right, this is something that I can
Yeah.
actually do and turn into a legitimate situation where I'm actually
Exactly.
profiting money.
Once you start making profit and a decent amount of profit, it's like getting paid for your first show, or whatever you're doing, like performing. It's just like, oh, this is sustainable. Like it can be.
I get excited every time I get an eBay notification on my
Oh
phone.
yeah, no, I heard it. Yeah, I heard you. Yeah. Oh no, that bid's too low, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't
Sorry,
do-
I got to reject the
Yeah.
offer.
You get excited, and then you're like, nah.
That's the game, though.
Right. And did you ever, Alex, I know it's hard to believe that you could ever find yourself in a position to, I mean, everyone sells weed for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
At some point, if you smoke weed, you've probably sold weed for a couple months.
we don't
tried
sell
it
weed
out at
anymore.
least.
We gift it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We
Yeah, we
accept
gift.
donations.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I was going to say, did you ever think you could bring like that appreciation of weed to a municipal position?
Remember when I said not to make me sound stupid? Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Municipal to make it more lucrative for you, to turn a profit legally.
I think more or less
it's because it was his idea,
Right.
dude. And like for me, okay, so right before COVID happened, I ate some mushrooms. And
Okay, an awakening happened.
when I was peaking and, you know, got over my peak and stuff, I'm not just tripping face anymore.
Right.
I started crying and realized how much I hated my fucking job. And I quit my job like the next week. And then all of a sudden he brought this up not that much longer later. And it's
Right.
like, let's do this,
Yeah.
you know? And it's,
Shrooms will open the door, man.
yes, it will.
Yeah.
Psychedelics aren't drugs. I'm just joking. We're not even gonna go there.
Yeah, don't have to go down that route.
If it comes from the ground, is all I'm saying, right? It was the
I
Lord.
won't disagree with that.
The Lord put it here. But it is amazing what 2020 has brought in. Like,
Let it play out.
yeah. Oh, wait, give me a second. In a way to look at it gave everyone a second at least to reevaluate
Yes.
what they wanted in their life, whether it was drug induced or not. But I think everyone did a lot of reevaluating what they want their future to be, or just of their priorities. A lot of it.
A lot of people looked at this whole pandemic as a bad thing, and it's terrible. You know what I'm saying? But like, we look at it as an opportunity, and because it's like pushing this a lot quicker for us, you know, and then like getting put out of work, and then having to survive without work.
Exactly.
You know, it's like
Like life goes on.
let's
you know.
Yeah.
let's do this shit then. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, you're being forced to swim. That's really what it is.
Life
Building
does
the
not
plane
stop.
before it
You have to.
crashes.
Yeah, you have to.
Exactly.
that's
you
what I
just
was
have
trying to
keep
say in
going.
the beginning. By the way,
Gotta land the plane.
build the plane before building. Never mind, dude. Let's just not do this.
I feel like it's a Titanic reference, but we're just losing it in the airplane.
I know what
I got
reference he's
good-
trying to make, but I don't know it either, so I'm not gonna slaughter it.
I can't help him, so I'm here. But it's given me a lot of time to further pursue passions, like dig into passions. It's given a lot of artists time to work at it, whether it be because they don't have they lose their day job, like so many service industry people have. I know tons like Parrots was open in and out, and they only do so well.
Right, yeah.
But it's just hard for a lot of these businesses.
Shout out Parrots.
Shout out Parrots Lounge. Real shit.
Many
kidding.
memories.
Yeah, everyone has great memories at Parrots, and hopefully you can create a memory at Parrots Lounge at Comedy Night at Parrots Lounge. Like us on Facebook and check out our shows every Thursday, except for not next week or the rest of December. We don't have any heaters yet. They've been on order since August. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, you can go give us a like on Facebook. We'll tell you when the shows are coming back. But even then, like it made people have to think on their feet and devote time to their passions to make it lucrative and sustainable. And that's always been my number one goal, is to be sustainable off of my own passion. And it's great to see people actually making a business doing
Oh,
that,
I see a ton.
devoting that.
There's so many people in Holland right now that are doing this. I see some.
Yes.
I see new stuff almost every single day now. People are
Oh, yeah.
are realizing like, okay,
There's other ways to fucking survive out
there
there.
exactly. You
And
don't
better
have to go and
ways.
punch a clock somewhere and work at this job at this hourly rate. There's things that you can do, and when you are like selling a product or selling yourself as a product or whatever it may be, your services or whatever. I mean, really, the old saying goes, you get out of this life what you put in. So as much
Exactly.
effort as you're putting into that job is what you're going to get out of it.
Right.
So these people out here that are starting these businesses, the ones that are grinding hard right now are the ones that are
gonna last.
They're blossoming. I mean, they're getting better and better, and that's just how it's going.
And it's evident too. You see it.
I see a lot of really cool stuff going on, and that's great. I love it. I love to see everyone like trying to go in their own directions, and I'm just like, I'm totally a person that hasn't been able to go to a job necessarily where you have to like punch a clock and do like, it just hasn't been a thing.
Never lasted long.
And yeah, it's just not my thing, you know.
I wonder if it's a generational thing because you see more and more, I think, entrepreneur types, people who like to like start businesses and pursue their own ventures, being your own boss. That's what an entrepreneur is.
Yes.
You got it.
Yeah, and that's a cool feeling.
Well, you
It's
said
fun.
you didn't know what it meant, so I just wanted to catch you up.
Yeah, is that what it means?
Yeah, I love you, Alex.
Love you too.
But you see a lot of that in the millennial generation, even the generation above us. But obviously, there's small business owners of every generation.
You can feel stuck if you finish school and you don't go to college, you don't get a degree, and you end up in a job that might feel dead end. You feel stuck,
And it's usually
that shit
factory
sucks.
type. Yeah.
And you know, this, like I said, the COVID thing sucks, but that, like, with that prevented the opportunity with Bruce to me, you know, and so we took it. Right. Well, we can.
I've
Exactly.
always been a worker. I've always been a worker. Like I've always worked 2 jobs at a time because I want to make, you know, as much money as I can because I want to live this lifestyle. I want to have these things and I
Right.
want to advance. So I was constantly, you know, having these different jobs. And I mean, for a while, I was roofing and I was working at Buffalo Wild Wings at the same time. I was working like
remember that.
120
Yeah,
hours
that's a hell of a
week.
lifestyle.
It was
Jeez.
nuts. I would work 19 hours every Friday.
And let me say something. The last thing you want to do after roofing is go work in Buffalo Wild Wings kitchen.
But I did it for
Trust
like
me.
6 months straight, you
That
know?
sounds awful.
It's just
Absolutely
always
awful.
So for me now to have something where I can put my time in and what I'm getting back out of it is what I'm putting into it. It's amazing because I can use all that time where I'm not just working for, you know, someone else for a certain amount of money per that hour.
Right.
The effort that I'm putting in is what I'm reaping in the benefits in return.
And I want to let everybody know out there too, there are other options if you do feel stuck. There
Yeah.
are. There is always another option. And you just need
Absolutely.
to fucking find
Gotta be
it.
creative.
Yeah.
You have to be
You have to
creative.
be-
these
You have to be
days.
creative. You have
can't
to
just like
be
do
persistent.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, you got this. You got this.
You got this. We are your Gary
Become a
V.
life coach.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, I may have to leave.
No, we were talking about
I may have to leave off the grid. I think I'm
I
going
have
to
a new
pursue. I have a new calling. I can't tell if it's evangelical or not yet, but I feel like they pay more. Well, okay. Where are we at on time, Kyle? 45. Hot. Sweetie swag. Okay. So, growing up in Zealand, rough. You guys have some pretty hip hop, not roots, but maybe roots. You definitely have hip hop appreciation. Mm-hmm. I've heard from both of you, especially Alex. Alex showed me an array of songs you wouldn't expect. Well, once again, from a Holland Christian kid, but also in a Christian rehab.
I'm not that
But
shallow. There's a little bit more to me than
There
I
was a lot.
portray.
There was a lot of Gucci Mane recited word for word in my face. That's
I do listen to other rappers besides Gucci Mane, just so we're clear.
I was at a Gucci Mane concert one time.
Oh, salty.
And I was with Courtney, right? And me and him made our way up, you know, as far as we could. I'm like, let's go get close, you know. And we got so close. I'm just surrounded. Now, mind you, I am the only white person, you know.
It's a
And I'm
Gucci Mane concert.
I'm
Didn't I
rapping
say
every
that?
single lyric, and all these people are looking at me like, okay, all right.
Oh, yeah, to be the white man at a Gucci Mane concert.
Only Bruce Ramsey.
Only Bruce Ramsey.
That was one
Could
of the
pull it
greatest
off.
times ever. Oh my gosh.
So much adrenaline. How does because I know, do you have more, from what I've seen of you, you have more of a hip hop kind of appreciative style?
Yeah, I would say I just think that that's the way times are now.
Right.
It's urban, you know, it's hip hop. That's just like the in stuff. And that's like where the vintage fashion has come back.
Right.
Vintage fashion has come back with hip hop. Then, you know, fashion and everything repeats itself, you know, through time. And so all these things are coming back, and hip hop and the vintage fashion and marijuana,
Right.
everything about it, it's all kind of correlates with each other, and so it's a perfect situation to take advantage of everything. And yeah, it's definitely like a hip hop inspired type of situation,
Right.
and that's what's great. Music too. Music just brings people together. It's amazing.
Perfect. Glad you said it. Who I already brought up Gucci Mane, but like, who were your intros into hip hop as young white children in Holland and Zealand? Not your friends, not who introduced you to hip hop. But
I mean,
like
we're like 90, we're like 91, baby. So, honestly, I think the first like rap music and stuff that I listened to would be Tupac and Biggie and stuff like that. But stuff that was a lot more relevant, I think, during our time was like 50 Cent and
In the Club.
Yeah, stuff like that. More of that type of rap music or whatever. But I've always appreciated, the whole genre itself.
Favorite artist?
Right now,
Yeah,
like favorite rapper right now that I'm listening to, probably Big Sean.
Big Sean.
At the moment.
That seems like a throwback.
I-
It seems like I'm talking to
his
someone in
Detroit 2
2006.
mixtape is amazing. Love it.
16. There we go.
So,
Fuck yeah.
and
I
then,
have a hard time picking favorites. I literally just love music so
Yeah.
much in general, just anything and everything about it.
sometimes when I'm feeling a little ignorant, blast some Gucci.
Of course.
When I'm in my feels a little bit more, play some of Big Sean's more sentimental shit.
I love J. Cole.
No-
J. Cole.
Oh,
is-
J.
J.
Cole.
Cole.
I was gonna say, what about Childish Gambino when you're feeling a little sentiment? No.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I was just still talking about Big Sean.
Yeah. Sorry, I still had to get back to Big Sean. Still had to get back to Big
Lil
Daddy.
Baby is just like killing it, the rap game right now. Though he is like literally on every single song and album.
That's
I
what
think
I've been
anyone's
seeing,
dropping.
too.
So I think as far as like right now,
The numbers
He's
are
on
showing.
Juicy J's new mixtape and Lil Wayne's No Ceiling.
he's
3.
on everything.
Yeah.
Literally, he's on everything.
Damn. Shout out Lil Baby.
Yeah,
He needs
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Lils out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Lil Wayne featuring Lil Baby, of course. Da Baby featuring Lil Baby. That's confusing.
Isn't there another one too? Another baby,
Well, there's
Baby.
Bad Baby,
bad baby.
but that's like BHAB, Bad Bobby.
Oh yeah, she's a rapper too.
Yeah.
She's not bad. Some of her songs are good.
Don't say that to me. I don't want to hear it. I know you're appreciative of the art. I don't give a shit about her.
Like no, fuck
Danielle Brigatoli, whatever. Buzz off. I don't know. That sounded like a child. Buzz off. All right. All right.
Get fricked.
Get frigged. So, Bruce, you have a Facebook page. At least, do you also have an Instagram?
Yeah, so the Facebook page isn't the most active one really.
Okay.
I really do a lot of my posting on Instagram.
Oh yeah, I think more things should move to Instagram.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Facebook is an awful place to operate anything
Facebook
on.
is
It really is actually.
I'm
not
only
a huge
tied to
fan.
Facebook still because I have to promote things because people are on it. That's
Yeah,
the issue.
that's really
so
what
I
it
have
is.
to promote things on it, but I'd much rather just do everything on Instagram and
Yeah.
Twitter, even though it's same owners.
Yeah.
But just the environment is so much more conducive to productive things.
I literally turned off notifications on everything on my phone. Facebook notifications,
Except for eBay.
Snapchat, except for eBay, and maybe like 2 other things. but
Okay.
Turned off most of the notifications.
That's
what
a s-
Facebook is. It's just like
It's more off the grid.
It's a toxic kind of
every
situation.
time I get on
sometimes.
Facebook, I'm always inclined to comment some shit that I shouldn't be saying every
Yeah.
time. And
think everybody
every
does, though.
time-
I think
every-
half of it's because it's shit we shouldn't see.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just a stressful environment on there.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Fuck Facebook.
Yeah.
But
So,
anyways, you can like this page on Facebook and Bruce's page for Rags to Ramsey.
we
On
don't have
Facebook,
any,
it is on
we don't
Facebook
have any
and
social
Instagram,
media
yeah.
for Off the Grid yet, just because we're not there yet.
Right.
So
For sure.
um,
Build up your infrastructure first. I get it.
Yes, sir. So
Hell yeah. So, and the Instagram is also at Rags2.
Yep.
The number 2.
RAGGS and then the number 2 and then my last name RAMSEY.
Awesome. And you can find that on Instagram and Facebook. Facebook, his page is tagged in the link. You'll see it, and we'll tag it on Instagram because we're great people.
Awesome.
And you know what? I might even tag Alex on Instagram.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
That's cool.
Thanks.
I hope
And-
you all enjoy the pot pictures.
Yeah. It's all cool weed. Yeah, no, follow him on Snapchat. I'll throw that on in post. No, I'm kidding. Thank you guys.
We'll have an off the grid Snapchat once we get there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Those are going to be great stories. I do love seeing weed stories. That's I appreciate the artistic value that comes with marijuana.
It is beautiful.
Exactly.
I don't think it's from this earth. I think it's from space.
It does at times seem, yes, galactic.
How can what
It
else?
is
Can,
intergalactic.
Galactic. I
you
fucking love
fucking,
that.
what
I love
else?
that.
You can breathe like that and make other shit. It's amazing.
Anyways, this has been. Thank you guys so much for
Yeah.
coming out. I really
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Following me out into the country here.
Yeah.
Very ominous. I know.
I thought we were about to get hacked up for a second.
That's
I thought
literally
we were
what
about to
everyone
start cooking up
says.
some meth or something.
Yeah, that was a new twist.
Felt like Jesse from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, we do have lab coats in the shed out there. You can grab those. No, thank you guys so much for making the trip out and sitting here and talking with me. And I hope that everyone gets a chance to follow this journey, this budding journey. And we, as a podcast group, this means me. I will be sure to promote you guys anytime I can and
Same.
update people on the process of what is going to be an amazing environment that you guys are putting together.
Yeah.
And with great clothing and great smoke to go with it, it's bound to be, and glass to come as well, and just branding of, like I said, an awesome environment, an open environment to get off the grid. I can't wait for people to see that, and we will be tracking the updates here. Thank you guys so much. Again, thank you. Sorry, wait. I didn't let you guys get a word in there. Jeez, I'm sorry. Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
no,
it.
and to anyone out there, that's listening, just let us be a lesson to you. That we're two guys
fuck
that,
ups.
yeah, we've learned some lessons in our life, and we're not exactly where we want to be yet, but we're making, anyone can do this, anyone can do something. Like we said, you have to get a little bit unique with it, but
You
it's
just
so
need to- you
cliche,
just
but
need
just
to
chase your
decide
dreams
to.
and what you
Right.
do.
Just pull the trigger.
Yeah,
just
decide.
do it,
That's right. Make a
because-
decision and go with it.
It's a very fruitful life to actually be passionate about what you're doing. I've never been this happy. I've never ever been as happy as I am right now.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And it's being self-sufficient and following your dreams. And as cliche as that sounds, sometimes you have to get to a position where that's all you can do. Like, is use what you have and use what you know and what you love. And to make your dream happen like that, it's fucking
You don't
awesome.
have to feel stuck,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
You can always, if you make a decision and work toward it, it's fucking persistence. And
And sometimes in like that first decision, it's like, what is it though? You know what?
Yeah.
And you just need to think. Maybe eat some mushrooms.
yeah.
Spread that
It'll-
love and
that'll-
positivity.
it will
Eat some
open
mushrooms
your
and then
eyes.
think
Yes,
about what you
yes.
want in life. It'll come to you.
Mushrooms and DMT is always a good move, I say. Not together, of course. That's my life lesson to go home with this week. Do not mix mushrooms and DMT at the same time. Thank you for listening to Where Is This Going? You can follow Rags to Ramsey on Instagram at Rags to Ramsey. That's 2 G's, the number 2, and Ramsey, EY at the end. And you can follow the podcast on Twitter at Where Is This Go Po, and on Instagram at Where Is This Going Pod. And like us on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And
If you think weed is bad, stop. Just
Thank
stop.
you. Have a great night. Thank you guys so much.
Peace.
We out.